Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, another episode of Vampyr. Thank you to those that joined me on live stream, live chat, and those watching on YouTube after. I would like to thank those that have liked and commented on my videos. I would like to thank those that have subscribed and exploited my channel on other media platforms. Let's get into this episode. Hope you enjoy. Let's get this. Alright, chat, thanks for sticking with me, and those on YouTube, welcome as well. Alright, we're back over at Whitechapel. We're in the front, but there's some people in the front that we should talk to. So let's check them out.
I prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
They're still talking to each other like that.
You again? What do you want this time?
Harry's not happy. Do you enjoy bullying people?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Survival is a natural law. You could have refused. You're a criminal.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons. And that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Uh-oh. Alright. Personal Harry.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
No regrets at all? Not afraid you could be arrested?
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Jane. No more personal. And that's it. And he's still healthy.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
Well, there should be something new, right? Harry's health, Joe was your friend.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Despair can be poison, mourning is never easy, he's just a coward.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
Ooh. Harry's health.
What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
But despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Alright. Nothing else new.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Alright, let's go check around real quick, because there's somebody else to this right side. Well, I heard them. I don't know if they're still here. Yep, right here.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Wow. Right, chat? This is a catch right here.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Wow.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Wow, she's a piece of work.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I don't judge you. You should try finding another job. That was your decision to sell your body.
I'm sure you could have found another job, perhaps less lucrative. Maybe you should try again.
And when exactly was the last time you looked for a job? Or worried about the rent, or what, or when you were going to eat?
Why don't you just become a nurse? Work for me. Fatigue. Lots of people with fatigue.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I will see you later.
Nothing new there. Let's ask about Dorothy.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
That's true. Right, nothing else.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
We need to get more fatigue.
Most of them don't speak English. How am I supposed to interview them?
Oh, here's another person.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Investigation. Ooh, that's a lot.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's criminal. It's only logical. It's a disgrace.
I served in France. Our top priority must be to put an end to this butchery. This war must stop now.
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war is going on, and it must be stopped.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Or hints.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
No, it's something else. It's not a simple epidemic.
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
No jobs around here?
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Oh yeah, this was back when... Okay, I got it. No personals. That's crazy. Fatigue also.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
I will see you later. Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
So we need fatigue. 2 of them. Anybody else around here, though? And not just that. Is there supposed to be one here? But it won't let us in it. Alright, let's talk over here. There goes our priest.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Oh. Goodness, man. Right, chat? Never gonna see a weirdo of a priest.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am listening.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
I have heard enough. Goodbye.
Wait. Why did it do that? No.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Why did it do that?
What do you mean when you say that
Also,
That's-
quite a judgmental...
but you
keep going.
Well,
As a dog,
what do you mean?
the beast.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Yeah, he's talking about the vampires.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
But where do you put the limit? This is the 20th century.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool.
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Wow, this guy.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Ooh.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
Oh no. I'm pretty sure he's gone.
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
I've been touched by God's grace. I am perfectly healthy.
Okay. Alright. There's Crane.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why, you don't like nurses?
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Wow.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Wow, so I don't like this guy at all. I agree, chat. He's gonna be like one of the first people I will try to get when it comes down to the time. Alright.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Okay, his son is in the cemetery. Which is probably behind us. That kind of looks like a cemetery. Alright, there's nothing there. Uh-oh, we're back at the church now. What can be back here? Ooh, skulls. There's blood too. There's somebody gone. See if we can stun him. Nope. Ooh, there's a... One of them, I can't, no, one of them can't, nope. Dang it. Oh, that sucks. Get rid of this 10. Dang it. There we go. Yeah, I need to watch out for my health more, chat. Thank you for the, your concerns. There we go. Well, that's locked up. Who was this guy that passed away? One of the guard, as they call themselves. Alright, nothing back here. That's the cemetery. Let's keep looking back here first. That's blocked. That must be the sun. Anything about the graves? Editor refusal. That's going back out with somebody else over there. Hey, let's talk to this son.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Okay, so this might not be the sun.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Oh, wow.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Wow. Quite a unique point of view. I only see a dreadful disease, peace, silence, really. Hey.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
Well, this guy's a piece of work too, just like that preacher or priest or whatever you want to call him.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
I can see why.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
Personal.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Wow.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
Think she's a real person, chat?
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Well, we gave it to him anyway.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
We're gonna have to get more concoctions made, but right now we can't even get into the one place here. Alright. There's flowers. Has to deal with Camellia. Well, we're on the side. This can't open you
It's
yet
locked.
either. There's the journalist. So this part we have not been on yet. So this must be Camellia because those are her flowers.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
Penny Dreadful.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
I know you work for Nurse Crane. They did say that.
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever.
So there's nothing.
Very well. Goodbye then.
Wow. Alright, let's check out this back areas. Got a spring. So old road. Ah, this goes to what's it called? We'll open that so we have a access. But right now it looks like there is nothing. Unless we investigate further, if we can. It's a little open area. I was just seeing if there's like anything in there, chat. That's locked. That guy is whatever. That guy is still blabbing. Alright, let's find out where. We can go left. Oh, there's that part. Okay, I see it. The Y. That's the kid's, place.
Price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, I would love to go to that if we can. Let's check it out again.
I cannot enter.
Yeah, it's still locked, so we can't do any of that. That sucks. Alright, to our left. That's the place. Let's to our left real quick. That's an unknown. They're in that building with whoever is behind that. Oh, that's what's her name there.
It's locked, all right.
Yep, that's locked. That's part of the story. Let's check this parts out first.
I cannot enter.
Locked again. Spring, more springs. It's a way down. Alright, where are we? We're in the back area. We don't need to go there yet. There's these streets too. Check this area out first. Oh, there's some people there. Some bad guys. So let's go to the Y then.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is.
Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Ah. Alright, how... There's the window. Okay, this is not the way. Right here. I'm standing in it. Oh, there he is.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I
Wow.
must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Oh yeah, I know where they're at. I keep hitting L3 to run because I'm used to that. But it's circle. Just hold that down.
Cheap price, good quality.
Here's...
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
This should be Clayton, right?
You again? What do you want this time?
Oh, that's Joe. But is there anything new? No.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
I know Clayton... I know the journalist is, over here somewhere. Or did he go hiding somewhere? Who's that?
The wars of men should
Round
not
them.
be your main concern.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Personal, anything new? Nope.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I care about public health.
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
Never goes out, no relatives?
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nithercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Yeah, that's where I talked to him.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Ah! Good one.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Alright, let's talk to the guy. He's back here. Right, chat? This is nothing but basically investigation. There he is. Ooh, did we just break that? Oops.
Good evening, Mr. Nithercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Oh, yes. Oh, right here. There's a new one.
Did you know the Mute Florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
Are you not curious?
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nithercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
Nothing new there.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
Wow.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
There we go. Now we found out more.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Find the mailbox and the letter. So the Y is showing us this way. Right, chat? Investigation 101.
The walls of your home will not protect you, for there is no protection against malevolence and trickery.
Something up that way too. No, it's just to go up for some reason. Oh. Yeah, it's just a hiding spot for something. I wonder what we would need that for. Find the mailbox. What would the mailbox look like? Got trash cans. There it is. My dearest and most beloved children. Alright, I'm gonna keep it up here for a little bit for you guys to read. Oh wow, so he does have family.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Alright. Right? I wonder what we can use. Blackmail or saying what? I don't know what. We'll find out though.
You pay for peace of mind.
We gotta work on those two also. Get them to like each other. Alright, let's get in there and talk to this guy about his children and such.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Let's talk man to man.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Alright, we're in. Anything to take, though, before we head out? Box of pills. Is there upstairs? Cheap gin. Some good stuff. Antique figure of... Wow.
It's locked.
That one's locked. Do we talk? Oh wait, find her. Let's talk. Let's see what happens.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Ah.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane.
Like myself and many people in this area, Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
That's cool.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever, too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family.
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
That's why you won't print it.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the after.
It's lit. That's why I accidentally hit it.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
Kinda, yes.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. But I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Well,
do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
Well, yeah. I can see his, why.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Oh, wait. I wanted to see if he had medical bronchitis, and we have
Do
it.
you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well, I think you do. Take this, and you'll feel better.
Free drugs from an English doctor? It must be my lucky day.
Alright, did that unlock anything? No, it didn't.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Alrighty, so that worked out. Sorry chat, thanks for letting me know too that we are getting close to the end for this one. And we're gonna confront Dorothy and stuff in the next one. So stick with me, live stream, live chat, and we'll continue on. And those on YouTube, I will see you in the next one. Have a blessed day. Peace.